in terms of load, it's not enormous.
No. So how? Yeah. So I mean, we're saying possibly 1.5 metre square base. I think you said. So that would be based on this point here.
Yeah.
Central about that point there.
Yeah.
We've been looking at the proposed site for the new Philip-Larkin statue based on the concourse at Hull Station. Obviously a lot of it work being done in advance of the statue actually arriving in Hull, a lot of plans being put forward. But it's a real positive thing for the station, a real focal point at the station.
And that it's then proceeding 3 metres. We don't need to be absolutely exact.
Everybody that passes through the station will see the statue of Philip-Larkin. Close to the hotel, close to the railway platforms, and right in the centre of the thoroughfare from the Anlaby roadside through to the main entrance area. So a real big draw for anyone passing through the station.
We've just been identifying the precise positioning for the sculpture and aligning it with various architectural features in the building and making sure that it's somewhere where its impact won't be too distracted by station signage and other station furniture and bric-a-brac. Each of these works of art needs aesthetic space around it, and that's what we've been hunting for. It's not only the words from the beginning of Whitsun Weddings, where he says that he was late getting away, so he's rushing off to his train, and the conceit, if you like, is that he's just come out of the Royal Station Hotel, he's had a drink and lingered a bit too long, and he's moving away from the hotel towards the platforms, looking about him to see where his train is. And the whole sculpture should have a real sense of motion to it, a twist in the figure and a dynamic that's expressed through the flow of the clothing and the way in which he's moving. I have less than 3 months in which to make the full-size statue in clay, and all the life that I've been pursuing needs to be put into the piece, but it has to be really about Larkin, so I have to bury myself in who he was and in his writings while I'm making it, in order somehow to put across who he was, at the same time as making a sculpture that is, you know, a very satisfactory and pleasing object.
He wrote poems about Hull, inspired by Hull. A lot of his poetry can be regarded as a kind of celebration of Hull, sometimes more overtly than others, but he recognised that this is a town that lets you write. So I think the city owes it to him to make space for his creativity.
I think it'll be wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I think it'll be a huge boost for the city. I think we can have something that attracts tourists, that can go on brochures to advertise the city, that people will start to identify the statue of Larkin, the person of Philip-Larkin, the poet and the librarian and Hull University as something that belongs to Hull and is iconic of the city.